Hey everyone, Brian back here. After that first video, I just wanted to kind of do another one real quick, just to show you guys what all has happened in the past year or so in terms of what I've done with the golf course. Kind of show you around. I would say the green ultimately is going to be around 5,000 square feet, and then all the the chipping areas, the apron areas. There's about 3 different sections, and then another area back here which I'll show, which hopefully is another tee box in the near future, within the next year or so. But those areas are probably 8 to 10,000 square feet, so that's kind of where I planted the bent grass seed this past month or so. I was going to use it for the green, but decided to end up using it for the outer part, and then, like I said before, sodding the green, which might be a little more expensive. So we'll see when that happens. Probably going to wait till next spring to do that. So that'll give everything else time to grow, and give me time to show you all what is going on around the green in terms of bunker. Ideally going to have 2 bunkers. One's got sand in it now. Another one was originally going to be water, and then I'm going to convert it into a bunker. It's just basically like a dirt bunker right now. And then 2 water areas. One is a little smaller over here, back right of the green. The other one's front left, a lot bigger. Used a Mustang skid loader for that. So let me turn this camera around here. Little run through. Here's that smaller pond area. Got about, I don't know, I'd say it's 30 feet by 12 to 15 feet or so. Had to use this for some irrigation. Use this Honda water pump over here, and I would use that and a hose and a couple sprinklers to start with this grass here. But yeah, what you see here on the slope, which is the top tier of the green, which is how I was able to kind of use that skid loader for, make this top little level, and then over here the front part of the green a little wider, which was the original part, which I will show pictures of around a year and a half ago, that I ended up cutting, doing bluegrass first. It looked okay, couldn't cut it short enough, didn't have the right mower for it, and then ended up rounding up this whole area basically, and then starting over. So, but here's what I planted about, I'd say 3 weeks ago, maybe a month. This bent grass started to come in real nice. Like I said, I took some of the sand from the bunker actually and started shoveling it on, and then raking it and brooming it to try to level it out, top dress it, and then a little more of a sandy, not so much of a clay area for it to grow. So that's that little back slope area. Kind of happy with that, how that's turning out right now. Before it's like 2.5 weeks and nothing was growing, but now it's looking pretty nice. Yeah, but I like this little top tier for a pin placement. Right now I got it kind of left side just before the hill. No cup, just kind of one of those little stakes in the ground you put the flag in. Right there you can see one of those little spools, got the hose around it, which I'm trying to use to get that puddle out of there, which I was hoping that wouldn't be there, because I did not take pictures of this, but I can kind of take a picture and draw up a diagram of what I've done. Did that little herringbone drainage with the perforated PVC, and kind of took that from a main line down here, draining into this little area where that gate goes through. But anyway, keep walking around here. Here's a little irrigation trench with some 1-inch polyflex pipe, which I'm going to have go all the way around in between that bunker, in between the bunker and the water there. It's going to end there. 2 sprinkler heads, Hunter I-40 sprinkler heads, and then I'm going to dig trench around that way. There's going to be another sprinkler head right here, one over there where that coat is hanging. I don't know if you can see, can't really zoom in right now, but where that coat is hanging, another one there, and then another one in between that bunker and that water. So there will be 5 total. All right, and then you got the one sprinkler there. I'm gonna have PVC pipe underground running towards the creek over there, which will have a a 2 horsepower sprinkler pump I just got, which I'm gonna have to try to get that set up here soon. Basically taking the water from the creek so I can have a automated sprinkler system, which would be nice. But I'll take you around here. A while ago, made this little slope here. This is the edge of the green. Once again, seeding around the outside of the green with that bent grass. I put some more, I'd say ryegrass, bluegrass, fescue mix on this hill and this little bare spot area, but I'm not so worried about that. But taking around here, kind of be able to see where the irrigation goes in between that bunker all the way to there. There's a little alleyway, kind of like a lynx style alleyway there, which I will show you, because there's that tee box all the way up there. I really wish I could zoom in right now, but I'm on my phone, so it's having difficulties. But yeah, anyway, more bent grass over here. You can see it starting to come in, and now you see all these little wispy grasses too. I try to avoid that as much as possible, but I was limited on resources in terms of topsoil. You know, I was able to use this gator here, put a drag on it, some tines, and try to, you know, till up this soil as best as possible. But I would like to eventually, you know, spread some sand around this area too. But definitely got some nice bent grass seed going in here. There's some grass growing from the bent grass seed I threw down. Had to rake this area after the till and all. Spread it with the hand spreader. Just had enough for these outer apron areas. And then as you can see going up the hill there, well, you probably can't tell now, but try to make that a fairway as best as possible. Cut it as short as I can with the mower I got, but like I said, first and foremost, next spring, get the sod. I want to get, you know, one of those Toros or Jakobsen or one of those push reel mowers, something I can find cheap, maybe Craigslist, or, you know, used but not too beat up. New might be a little too pricey right now, especially gonna have to get sod. I will also put pictures up of this bunker originally. We had to use the excavator. Dad and brother helped out. That was kind of the first big project with this. That was back when it was a bluegrass green. But yeah, here's the, and you know, hopefully I can get back out here before winter starts and be able to help out a little more, especially with spreading some sand around the apron, getting the, you know, the terrain all prepped and ready to go for the second round of overseeding. But here's the second sprinkler head. Kind of just have them in place now. But yeah, here's the I-40 sprinkler head. You know, they spray about, I think 70 feet's the max range. You can change different radiuses and all that, how far they shoot. But I got it set up to where it's gonna be, you know, be able to have this sprinkler cover all that area, including the middle of the green to that point, that sprinkler covering all the way to the edge of that chipping area, so on and so forth as you go around with the sprinklers. Here's where the flag is today. As you can see, this is supposed to be water, and this was a big one that I dug up with the skid loader. Couldn't have done it without it. Actually got the Mustang stuck in here a couple times. Had to tow it out with the truck. But as you can see, there's a little water in it, as we had a big rain about a week ago. And I kind of made a little, you know, hopefully when the water fills up, this will look nicer. A little mini faux rock ledge / wall here. Kind of open-esque. Some other courses have that little feature. I don't know, that was pretty cool. Kind of adds to the course, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, this little alleyway here, straight from the tee shot, coming all the way down. You know, if you got a pin location right there, you can kind of play a little lower club and you know, run one through there, or you can, you know, carry it. I'd say from that tee box to where the pin is now is probably I'd say 156, 160 or so. To the back, like 175, 180. So you gotta got pretty good range here. Same thing, front right's a little shorter, probably 140 all the way up there. Keep going this way. This is kind of where I was showing you I was brushing some sand in here and getting all those worm castings spread out. I did not expect that to happen every day. It's been, you know, I brush them out, then I gotta come back out here and do it again. Anyway, this stake is where the other sprinkler is gonna be. Another sprinkler right there, and then the last one where I was showing you before where the water pump is. Once we get those in, get the water pump in, the sprinkler pump in the creek, you know, ideally we can get irrigation going like that, automatic almost. But yeah, here's the other last little hitting area. Also, this can also be mowed, this fairway down to that corner, and you can hit golf balls into this angle, which is pretty nice, so you can hit over this bunker and, you know, have water trouble to the right. You don't want to miss short right. But then also, if you go long left, you go over that top tier, you got that small water. And you got to be careful with that because it slopes all the way down. If it creeps over, then it just rolls right in. But obviously you can see there's some other grass other than bent grass here. And then also some dead grass of the stuff I rounded up that you know, I couldn't really get all the way out. In an ideal world, I would have taken a little more time, but it was come October I had to kind of get everything kind of down in a hurry, basically. And here's where, you know, the grass has really started growing. This is an area where dirt really has been ground up and able to, you know, use that skid loader and till up the soil a little bit better. Seed was able to get in, sand was able to mix in with it, a little sandy base. I'll try to get a little lower view here. So that's about 3.5 weeks of growth with some bent grass. I'd say pretty good being down in this little area. So ideally, that's all gonna come in around there and around the outside of the water, bunker, and everything else. Like I said, maybe put another tee box within the next year or so over here, which would be nice to be able to, you know, hit into this green, play your ball out, go to here, tee box, and then maybe down the road in that corner have another green. That's currently where our shooting range is, but you know, we can work a green around that as long as we don't have people putting when we got someone shooting them before. That wouldn't be good, but I think we'll be more careful than that. Anyway, just wanted to kind of show you guys the setup, the idea around this, and what the plan is from here. Thanks again, over and out.